Good morning, 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 good morning. Today is day 5 of Vlogmas, Crochetmas. And I actually finally completed something. So let me show y'all. Let me show y'all what. Uh-oh. Let me show y'all what I got, what I did, and what I started on. So let me come over here. You sweeping the floor? Okay, so y'all have been watching me. Uh-oh. Okay. Y'all have been watching me make this blanket. It's not 100% complete. Why is it sticking up? It's not 100% complete, but it is complete. So here's the baby blanket that I made. I used the Burnett blanket yarn, and this is like a sage green kind of color, and then it's a speckled color. So here's what I got. This is what I made. It is, I have not washed it yet to stretch it out some, but it is going to be, you know, a little more stretched out, spaced out. But this is my very first blanket. Very first blanket. So that was really awesome that I was able to complete it. I restarted it, I think one time. I only restarted it one time, so it took me a total of 3 days because I started the day before Vlogmas, and then I worked on it day 1. Day 2, I took it completely apart. Day 3, I worked on it, and then yesterday, day 4, I completed it. So here is the blanket. And this is just a mixture of double crochet, double half crochet, and a few single crochet. Yeah, single stitch. Let me step back. So it has to get washed and, you know, stretched out a little bit, but this is definitely big enough that if you have a baby on your shoulder, you can put it on top of them or lay it down, you know, on the bed, put the baby on it, on top of it. So one side has designs, as you can see. They have the ribbing. The other side doesn't. Well, it does, but it's inverted. So this is what I completed last night off camera. Check out my vlog live video from yesterday, and y'all will see where I was. I think honestly, I think I wasn't even on to this color yesterday. I think it was only this much. I only had this much done yesterday. So that was awesome. And then I had a lot of yarn left over. So being that my baby, because I made this for my cousin's baby that will be born in a few weeks, but my baby kept grabbing the yarn balls, so I put the remainder of the yarn together, which this isn't all the way done. I still have to weed these through, and I don't even ask me what this is, but it's something that he can just drag around, chew on, you know, whatever. It started out as a square. I was gonna make like a little square blanket, but then I started to make it go round, and then I was like, it kind of looks like stingray, you know, kind of looks like a stingray a little bit. So I added, at first I added like a thin little thing to make a tail, but then I was like, well, maybe I should put some holes in it so that he can grab it and, you know, hold it like that if he want to. And I could also like hook it up, hang it up, you know, and get it out of the way. I have to cut this part off, of course, but, and then I was like, it kind of looks like a tree or a fish. So I don't know. Like I said, don't ask me what this is. It's something that, because I feel like my baby may be one of those kids that have to have something in his hands because he's already like that. He has to have something in his hands, you know. We'll continue to pray about that. But I was like, let me make this because it's something that's soft, something that feels nice, and he can drag it around, he can throw it, he can hug it, you know, it's thick, it could be balled up, a pillow, or, you know, it could be used for anything, and it's so soft, so soft. But I have to weed this in, weed some of this in and cut it, and then wash this as well. I'm gonna actually put this in his stocking, so he's not gonna be playing with this yet. So it's a flat, let's just call it a flat lovey. Okay, and then let me show y'all what I started on at 9:30 last night. So last night I started working on my first ear warmer. Like I told you guys, I am hand making all Christmas gifts this year. So this is what I have so far. So this is, let me pull this through. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Thanks. Okay. So this should fit around the head, the ears. If it's not long enough, I can always extend it here. But this is gonna be like that, or it could cover the ears. It actually needs to be longer, but this is what I am working on today. Well, at some point today. Have a few things that I need to do beforehand. I kind of completely forgot that I had an event to go to tonight. So I have to get ready for that, ready to leave the baby here with Dad and actually go do something for the first time out of the house. This is the ball of yarn that I'm using. I don't think y'all saw me make this ball, but I made this ball when we were on our way back from Tennessee, which y'all didn't know that we went to Tennessee, but that's where we was. So I'll probably just work on this for a few minutes, and then I have to start cleaning up because I don't want to leave the house and it be, you know. Thank God we got leftovers. But most of the time I mute my live because the TV be on for the baby, and I'm not trying to get copyrighted. So that is why most of the time if you join my live, it might be silent. What are you eating, Charlie? But I'm trying to stay consistent. I said I was going to do 21 days going live every single day, or at least posting a video every single day. It's easier for me to go live because I don't have to edit. I don't have to have storage for it. And that's like a major problem point for me is storage, and Apple wants you to pay for storage. I can't even update the apps on my phone because they want me to add a card. They want me to update my card on file, but I ain't got it. I don't got it. I don't got a lot of shit, but it's okay. So they're gonna have to wait. So I can't update. I can't update my Publix app. I can't update Facebook. I can't update the Messenger. So some stuff, I have like friends and stuff sending me stuff on Messenger. I can't even see it because it's saying that I'm required to do an update to be able to see the message. I'm just gonna miss out because if I ain't got it, I ain't got it. And I'm learning to be okay with that. Normally, a week or two ago, I would be stressed out. I was stressed out, but now I'm just like, you know what? You know, I can only do what I can, and things that are not within my control, you know, I have to just be okay with it, give it to God, and also understand that sometimes I don't need certain things. Sometimes I can go without, and that's okay. But I do know that it is going to get better. I know that the times are different right now. Hey. Like, it's... It's a journey. Makayo, what you want? You see me do this, and you always, every time I have it in my hand. No, you can't get this. You can't play with this. You want the thing I made you? Okay. Let mommy finish it then. Let me finish it. Why are you doing all of that? Okie dokie. Okay, so this is why I don't even be commenting to, I don't even be reacting or commenting or entertaining the chat sometimes. I leave it on. I have the option to turn it off. I leave it on though, but most of the time you're not gonna get a reaction out of me from there. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Here. Here. You want this? You want this? This for you. This for you. Mama make this for you. Is this yours? Say mine. No, you cannot have the scissors. No. No. This? Okay, I thought he wanted this. He wanted his dad's remote control. But yes, you guys, I don't have nothing but time, space, and opportunity. But yeah, I'm hopping on here every day to try and see if I can reach a good following for the most part, to show y'all what I do. I don't got it.
Mama.
I don't got it. Here, milk. Okay. He wanted his milk. But yeah, so like I said, I'm going live every day to try and, for once in my life, participate with Vlogmas, and for two, to kind of put out there and get out there what I do now. My content is pretty much going to be solely hobby based. Some stay-at-home mom content, like how you guys see, like I'm always here with my baby. Not really much that I can do outside of the house right now. But Ever since I started crocheting, I have not been worried about my pockets. Even I need to worry about my pockets because I need to have yarn and whatnot, but I've just been a little bit more content. Because I have things I need to get done with my car. My brakes are really messed up, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have 2 red light tickets coming soon, mainly because of my brakes not being able to stop in time, so I had to run right through the red light. Yeah. You cannot play with that. You cannot play with that. No. No. Sorry. No. 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 That's not for babies. That's not for babies. That's for big people. It's for big people. Yeah. You can't get that. No. You have toys over there. Look. You see all these toys, mama, dada, grandma, aunties, everybody get you? You see? You see all these toys? You see these books? Yeah, you see? This is what you gotta play with. This is your area. This is Makayo's area. This is not Mommy's area. This is for you. Mommy made this look nice for you. And Mommy still got a lot of stuff that you gotta do. I'm gonna put some pictures on the wall. I'm gonna put your name on the wall. Okay? What you got? You got a book? Let me see. Let's say a dolphin tail. Earl had never learned how to swim, but he loved to sit by the pool and feel the water on his feet or sit at the beach gazing across the shimmering waves. You see, Earl was born with noticeably short legs, and he spent most of his life in a wheelchair. However, that never stopped Earl from dreaming and believing that one day he would be able to swim in a lake or surf on one of those waves in the ocean. Full circle moment as he hands me this book that I was reading. I don't know if he's gonna let me get this out. I bought this book mainly to support a Black author. I went into a store in the town where I was living a few years ago. This was 2021. 2021. Not in the market for children's books because I had literally, like, my kids weren't using their books, so I had to get rid of their books, so I gave them away to my godsons. But I went into this store. It was a nice little shop. It had like nice African print and all kind of stuff, and there was a the person who was there working wasn't necessarily, I guess, the worker. They were there, just there to help out. And come to find out that they were an author, and this was one of the books that she made, or they made. I don't want to misgender them or whatever, but this was one of the books that they made. And I was like, oh, you wrote that? You wrote that? So during that time, I had a full-time job during that time, and I was doing okay enough to just say, okay, yeah, I'll buy this book. So I bought the book just in support. During that time, I had already at this point just, no, it wasn't at this point. During this time, I was still wanting to have another baby. I was still wanting to have another child, but coming to terms with the fact that it might not happen. But I still bought the book. And I held on to it because I said maybe one day I could give it this. Here. What? What are you pointing at? This? What are you pointing at, Bubba? This? You don't want that? What you want? What do you want? What do you want, baby? Just because you see it does not mean that you can have it. Okay? It's not for you. It's not yours. No. Okay? You have to be okay with that. Okay? No. No. You can't have that. You want this? I can give you this. You can play with this. But you can't play with that. No. That's not nice. That's not nice. That's not nice. That's not nice. Come on, clean your nose. Okay, you don't boogers at your nose. Let me see. Ooh-wee. Oh, why don't you toes right there? Go ahead. I love you. I gave you your milk over there. You gotta drink this milk. You gotta drink this milk right here. It's all I got right here. This. You don't want it, so what can I do? There's nothing else that I can do. You don't want it. You want the milk, but you don't want this milk. You gotta have this milk. This milk is good for you. Yeah, I know. It's stressing me out too. I know. Let me just try and bring y'all over here. Anyways, like I was saying, I didn't know what I was gonna do with this book, but I got it, I kept it, held on to it. For the longest time, the receipt was in here, but she signed the book for me. She signed the book for me, and who would have known that 3 years later, or was it 2021, 22 to 3, 2 years later, who would have known that 2 years later I would have ended up pregnant with the baby that we thought we would never be able to have. God is good. And he picks this book up and brings it to us to read, even though he doesn't sit for us to read it the whole time. He grabs the book, and you know, so it's a constant reminder for me of how far we've come. That when I bought this book, there was like the smallest amount of hope of getting pregnant or having a baby or anything like that, but I bought it. Another item that I bought to somewhat manifest the baby was a wagon. I bought when we got our doggy. Charlie, come here. Come here, baby. Come here. Come here, Charlie. He need a bath. But when we got Charlie as our baby. When we got him, he was 8 weeks old. He was really tiny. We got him as our baby. I wanted something that I can carry around, walk around, take with me, da da da. He don't go to the store with us at all. But that was what I wanted, to somewhat heal the pain of not being able to have another child. And so I bought a wagon because I was like, I saw the doggy strollers, but I was like, one day we might, you know, what if one day we might have another baby, and this wagon, you can put a baby carrier on top of it. The dog would be inside of the wagon, da 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 da. So crazy. We still have the wagon to this day. I bought that wagon in 2021. So here it is 3 years later. We still have the wagon. It has faded in color because it's been sitting outside. The baby has rolled around in it. But it's just crazy to think that I made these purchases. I made these purchases during a time where I was already told that it would be impossible for me to have another child. That, you know, I have PCOS, so it's, you know, a slim chance that I'll ever get pregnant again, and da 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 da. Which, you know, every PCOS affects everyone differently. And I guess the way that it affected me was not being able to get pregnant. So, and I don't even know why I'm even going into this, but it's a little testimony moment. And so for a while, you know, I was just like, you know, okay, I really wanted it. I've cried so many times about it. Especially when they told me that it would be hard for me to have another baby or to conceive or whatever. But then 2022, June 4th, 2022, me and my husband got married. And after we got married, went on our honeymoon, we went, took a family trip. And during this time, I was just like, in my mind, I was just like, you know what? If we don't have a baby together, it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. I've gone this long without a baby. At the time, my son was 10 years old. You know, I've gone 10 years without getting pregnant. I could go another 10 years without getting pregnant. It could not happen. Who knows? At this point, I'm not finna keep stressing myself out about it. I'm not finna be crying about it or feeling whatever, because the hardest part for me was just like, dang, like, I felt robbed of my womanhood when the doctor, and it was a male doctor at that, told me that, oh, you have PCOS, it's going to be impossible for you to conceive, da da da. This was in the emergency room. And I went home and cried. Like, I'm a woman. I'm supposed to have kids. I'm supposed to bear children. These are things that are supposed to happen for me. And I've, since a little girl, dreamed of having multiple kids. I always wanted 5 kids, you know, and to hear this and to realize, oh, this is why I never got pregnant all of this time. This is why X amount of years have passed. And at this time when I was diagnosed with PCOS, my son was 5 or 6. 5 going on 6. So it was just like, okay. So that kind of put me in a bit of a funk when it came to that. But as the years went on, it did get better. And like I said, in 2020, after we got married, after we went on our honeymoon, and then we went out of town to visit family, I was just like, you know, like, that it's okay. I just got to the point where I was just like, you know, it's okay. Like, I'm not even gonna, you know, even keep worrying about it, because to give a little detail, every month I was literally taking a pregnancy test before we got married. I was literally taking a pregnancy test every month for years, because my period was, my menstrual cycle was not regular, and it would be late. Sometimes it would be late 2 months. Sometimes it would be, you know, whatever. And then it got to a point where, why are you running from it? You press the button. You press the button. We'll put a fan on. Okay. And so it was getting to the point where the moment my cycle was late a few days, I would take a pregnancy test. And once I take a pregnancy test and it says negative, and I know it's negative, my period would come on. My cycle would come on. Either that day, that same day, or the very next day, it would come on. So it became like a tradition or a routine that, okay, my period late, let me just take a pregnancy test so it could come on. And that became my routine for years. So I kept pregnancy tests. But during this time, I would say August, we went to South Carolina to visit my family. And I just was content. I was just like, you know, it's fine, it's okay. And then a few months passed, Thanksgiving come, we have Thanksgiving. And then around that time, I would say maybe, yeah, around that time of Thanksgiving, I was just like, you know what? I don't remember if I said it to my mom or if it was just a thought that I had, but I was like, I pray about everything else. I pray about everything else, you know, every day. Some days I might miss a prayer, but it's okay. God knows my heart. But I pray about everything else. And the one thing I never prayed about was conceiving a baby. One thing I never prayed for, because I felt like I didn't want to go and ask God for this, and then it didn't happen, and then that be some type of like gateway for me to lose faith or anything like that. I didn't want none of that. So I just avoided even asking for it, because I felt like if God wanted me to have another child, he would have given me another child, you know, whenever the time was right. But I was like, you know, I never prayed about it. So one night, and normally that's like, you know, my time is in the shower when I feel like I have like the best prayers in the shower, the best alone time. And I was just like, you know what, God, I said, you know, I do my normal, you know, thank you, God, for this day. Thank you for life, health, and strength. Thank you for my family, God. Thank you for my husband, for my kids. Thank you for my family, you know. And then I was just like, you know what? I said, God, whenever you see fit to give us a baby, whenever you see fit for me to become pregnant, I'm ready. It could be 5 days from now, God. It could be 5 weeks from now, God. It could be 5 years from now, God. And I'll be ready, because I know that this is something that I always wanted, and I don't even know why I'm finna get emotional. I knew that this was something that I always wanted, was to have multiple kids. I had one child, and I had him on purpose. You know, I got pregnant with him on purpose at 18 because I wanted someone that I can love and that will love me unconditionally no matter what. And I got that. I had that. You know, I still have that. But I said that prayer, and I believe I did cry about it while I was in the shower. But I was just like, you know, whenever you see fit, it, you know, for me, for us to be able to go on that journey, I'm ready. Just let, you know, just putting it out there, God. Like, you know, I know you have your timing. I know your timing is divine. And I know that when you see fit, it's going to be fit, and you're going to make sure that it fit. But if I never said it, or I never thought it, I wanted to say it then, right then and there. Whenever you see fit, I'm ready. And a week later, I missed my cycle. Or a couple days later, I missed my cycle. And it's just a normal routine for me to just be like, okay, it's late. It's going to come. It's going to come. A few more days go, it don't come. So I was like, let me take a pregnancy test. When I took that pregnancy test, and it was a Dollar Tree pregnancy test, and I should know Dollar Tree pregnancy tests work. When I took that test and the second line came up, I was in freaking shock. And y'all have seen the video of me finding out that when I found out that I was pregnant. But that video was me taking my second test. Like, the first test I took, I was just like, no. Like, I was in shock. I was just like, no. Like, it's like almost like like, say you just came home one day. You came home one day, you opened the door, or you went and opened your drawer or something like that, and you know you've been down and out, you know you've been needing whatever, and it's like, it's money in there. Hella money. You don't even know where the money comes from. That was how like it felt like I won the lottery. Like, no, I can't believe this is true. I can't believe this is true. This is not happening. And that was literally how I felt. And I said, I gotta go get another test. So I hopped in the car, ran to Publix, got the most expensive test I could get, because I needed it to tell me yes or no, because 2 lines was not an answer for me at that moment. Two lines was not an answer for me at that moment. I was like, this is not right. I go get that test. I say, let me record this for memory's sake. You got boogers. I said, let me record it for memory's sake, because I cannot believe what I saw, and if this is true, I have to capture this. Have to. Thank you. And so I did, and that's the video that y'all saw of me, you know, reacting to it, crying and all of that stuff. But the whole entire time, you know, of course, it causes a worry or a concern or anything like that. Especially starting out, like, it was crazy because I didn't have no symptoms, no nothing. I had no symptoms, nothing, no nausea, well, the only symptom I had was I had road rage, and I normally never have road rage. I normally just let bygones be bygones. All right, you cut me off, maybe you needed to get somewhere. But I was on the phone with my mom, and started freaking out because there was like 12 people on a bike riding in the road in a lane that I needed to get in. And I was freaking out because I'm like, I don't want to cut the bikes off because I know that that's not safe. They're not driving up fast enough for me to get over behind them. Why are they in the road? Like I was going off. I'm like, why are they need to move. They need to move because I wanted to make sure that they stayed safe. And I didn't want to be, in the wrong. So I'm just like, they need to move out my way. They need to go. And my mom was just like, they really getting on your nerves today. And I'm just like, yeah, they pissing me off. Da, 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 da. And then after I found out that I was pregnant, I was like, okay, no wonder. That's why. I say, that's why. Oh my goodness. So that was just a little testimony moment for me. Something that still gets me a little, emotional, but now he's here, 1 year old. 1 year old. About to celebrate his second Christmas. He's walking, he's trying to talking. He's boss baby all the way. It's his show, it's his world. We just living in it. Yep. He got 3 more teeth coming up. So soon we're gonna have that's 4, 2, 3, 9 teeth. So soon he'll have 9 teeth. And that's awesome. And I'm still breastfeeding, so, and I'm trying to get him off, and he is not letting me, that's why he was crying earlier, because he wants me to nurse him, and I gave him his cup of milk. He needs to drink his cup of milk. You see it? Let me see. Oh, it's squishy. It's squishy. You want to put your hand in it? It's not a bracelet. Here. There you go. You want to take it off? Ooh. And there go his best friend right there, that he gives all his food to that he doesn't want, and all of that. But this live definitely turned out a lot different than I expected. I was supposed to be cleaning up under this couch, which I could still do it, but he's gonna want me to keep picking him up. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Those are my glasses. Mine, and mine. Oh, and we also have to decorate the Christmas tree. The Christmas tree is still without decorations because I'm trying to stick with tradition. And I normally wait for my bonus son to be here for us all to do it together. Even though he has a Christmas tree at his mom's house, I still want for him to be able to be here and decorate with us. So he gets the best of both worlds. All right, you want to watch TV? I gotta let this boy while I clean this, clean up under this couch, and I'll let y'all see. I literally swept up under this couch before we left. Which that was a week ago. About a week ago. Y'all, I'm really trying to keep my cool. And that's why I've been crocheting like crazy, because it makes me not think about my problems. And these days, I have not really been into... I've never really been the type of person to reach out to other people when I have problems, you know? And then, you know, now that I'm married and stuff, like, we normally talk together, but I just never really been the type of person that does that. When I do it, it's because I've, like, reached my point of where I'm like, I'm about to lose it. So I just need to say it to somebody, because I'm about to lose it. Pressure gets built up. But being that the same problem that I have has been a problem for a couple months now, I'm just like, I don't know. I need a new car. Like 3 months ago, I need a new car. And that is one of my stressors, because I live in a completely different city than all of my friends. I have one friend that lives somewhat near, but she's still not near because she's a whole hour away. My other friend is an hour and 45 minutes or 2 hours away. My other friends are 2 hours and 30 minutes, almost 3 hours away. And then my other friend is 6 hours away. So I'm just like homebound. Baby bound, homebound, and it's okay. I know that trouble don't last always. It's not gonna be like this forever, and that sometimes situations happen to reposition you. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you may feel like, dang, I can't move around, or I can't do this, but sometimes that's just God sitting you down. And I think for me, during this time, this sit down that God is providing me is to try and get my mind together, to try and get my mind right. I felt like I was working on that. I thought I was doing good, but then, you know, in July, when my auntie passed the day after her birthday, which we didn't find out until 3 days after her birthday, I feel like it kind of put me further behind. So it's just taking me a lot longer to get out of that. But I'm just trying to now, like, focus on my business. You know, I know that friends and family are there, but we're also, like, spaced out, and I'm not in the position to really just be able to up and move around the way that I would like, or that, you know, that would work for me. But what can I do? Can't complain about things you can't control. I can't get a new car tomorrow. So that's that. Like, I could drive my car locally. I just can't drive my car like 45 minutes, 50 minutes. Because like I said earlier, I'm pretty sure I got 2 red lights coming, or 2 red light tickets coming, because I could not press the brake to stop my car, to stop on time at the light. So, and I wasn't speeding. My car don't even get up to 60. So yeah. I don't know why this just became like a whole vent section. I don't know. But I got things to do, so I'm gonna mute the video, I'm gonna mute the live, and let me show y'all me getting my life together. I want to get the living room area straightened out somewhat so that the kids, my husband and the kids, can be out here and enjoy themselves while I am away. I have to work an event for breast cancer. But yeah. Okay, I'm gonna mute it now.